I've been traveling a lot this year. I've been filming most of it, and I've been shredding freestyle footbag every day since I turned 40, and today I turned 59. That's 6,941 days in a row. I started the year in LA. I got there on the last day of the Shred Till You Drop event. I flew in the morning and flew home that night. I got a good shred session on Venice Beach and watched the sunset, then I flew home. Next up was New Zealand. Valeria and I went to New Zealand again this year and got to stay with Adrian Dick, David Leberknight, Damien, Coventry, and Tuan at Adrian's house in Cook's Beach on the Coromandel Peninsula. I'm going to explain what my typical workout looks like while I comment on the videos you are seeing from my 2025 travels. My daily workouts are usually about an hour. I stretch for 5 minutes before I start, and I do a few consecutive kicks. The types of drills I do vary, but they are repetitious for sure. Osis to osis times 10, and then a few full osi, infinity to infinity, spinning clippers, 5 on each side, whirl osis, repeat, ducking clippers, juggle sequences, and all that takes about 10 minutes. Then I move on to my 4-ad drills. I shoot for 10 rip walks, but I sometimes settle for 6 after a few tries. Same for paradox whirls, bar flies, spinning butterflies, 4-ad flyers, and flyer sequences. I went to Portland to get 2 training sessions in with Tuan in our quest to win our 3rd World Championships in doubles freestyle. A few weeks later, I went out to Santa Rosa to catch up with Tuan again for 2 more training sessions. We had a week and we wanted to do something warm and tropical, so we made our way down to Cartagena, Colombia. Then we took a ferry out to a resort on the Rosario Islands and went snorkeling right off the pier and went to an ocean aquarium that was amazing. The walled city is a great place to explore for a few days, and we headed home after that. I have had some setbacks this year. Nothing that stopped me, but definite pain. In Cartagena, I had left knee pain. I couldn't use my left leg to set from a left clipper. It hurt so bad. In the case of pain, I work around it. When I'm in pain, I do longer, less intense workouts. I work on tricks that don't cause pain. That's the trick. As I get near the end of my workouts, I start working on the harder tricks and the 5-ad tricks and combinations and linking and trying to come up with unique things. I went to Miami to visit a friend who was sick and got to shred on the parking deck below the helipad. If you're wondering, yes, my friend is doing much better. I probably no longer needed the knee brace at this point, but it was better safe than sorry. I took a quick solo trip to Portland to get 2 training sessions with Tuan in for our quest to win our 3rd world title together. I got to visit my friend again, and we went to his brother's place overlooking the ocean and got to shred on the Atlantic coast again. We took this 4-day trip to buy a hat. Valeria had seen a hat on a previous trip to San Pedro, so we had to return years later to buy it. Mission successful. We flew to Belize, we took a cab to the ferry port, we took a boat to San Pedro and got a hotel. We got to the store where we saw the hat and it was out of stock. We found a similar one on Amazon and it arrived at our home before we even returned. A fun little trip. At the end of my workouts, I like to do some free flow and just kind of put together a bunch of juggling and 5-ad tricks and spins and stuff. If you're wondering what it takes to win the doubles world title, well, get this, Tuan spent a month at my house prior to this trip, training every morning to win the World Championships in doubles freestyle. We flew to France on the same day and we didn't miss a day of training. Nantes, France is an amazing place. There's castles alongside fantastical carousels and public parks. As far as my daily workouts go, I try to exceed an hour for each workout, but sometimes a little bit less. I always break a sweat. And if I'm injured, I play longer and less intensity. If I'm healthy, I try to push my limits. We had a free weekend and we took the whole family up to Wisconsin Dells for an overnight stay at Mount Olympus Theme Park. The Beaver Open is held near Eugene, Oregon every year. It's the longest continuously running footbag event in the world and it focuses on family and fun. There's a doubles pro-am event and nighttime glow golf. It's an amazing time. Tuan and I got to get a jump start on training for our 4th world title. Jack Lentz was there for the first time ever. It was great to reconnect with my OG footbag friends. Afterwards, we drove up the coast, got amazing views of the ocean from Tillamook. Alex, Valeria, and I went to visit Michael Adcock in San Diego, and what a great host. He took the time to be our guide to great food and snorkeling locations. We had such a great time, and we'll never forget the experience of snorkeling with so many sea lions. Valeria and I headed down to the Dominican Republic for a long weekend. What a beautiful place. We flew into La Ramona and rented a car to get around. We stayed at a resort near the airport, took a snorkeling tour to Isla Catalina, and then it rained and it rained and it rained. I took a solo trip to Miami to visit Steve, and I got to do a tour of his childhood home area. We ended up at the Lighthouse Beach on Key Biscayne for a heat of the day kind of a shred. Here I am kicking out at the tip of the peninsula, and then again looking out over the ocean way in the background there. Alex and I went to Mexico City. We did a Trocadero's party boat on the canals where the axolotls are from. Then in the morning we did a tour of the Island of the Dolls, an interesting macabre story. Valeria and I took a weekend trip to Starved Rock and hiked for miles. We saw historic Starved Rock, we stayed in a cabin near the lodge, and we saw a few bald eagles along the way. I heard about Ray's indoor mountain bike park in Cleveland, and I've been quietly trying to get there for years. Winter in Chicago is rough. I'm okay with riding in the cold, but Alex and I finally had the time and inclination to get out to Cleveland, and it was an amazing time. For our last trip of the year, I did a little kicking at the Dallas World Aquarium, and again at the Hotel Fitness Room. If you get a chance, this aquarium is one you don't want to miss. A good indicator for me every year is if I can do Symposium Paradox Whirl on both sides, but I did not hit my flip side today. But here's Mobius both sides. That's not bad for 59 years old. I'd like to ask your help for building this channel and getting some more followers as I build into my 20 years of playing every single day. I fully intend to keep doing this until the day I die.